Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I try to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I kind of went off last week on my whole grading system. I hope that helped you a little bit. Also went off a little bit on why I do this program and getting people to try new things. We know how hard it is because you know it's your hard-earned money. You just don't want to go out and blow it on something that you have no familiarity with. That's why a lot of people stick with Cab, Merlot, Syrah, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio. They stick to all those things because they know what they're getting, and I totally get it. I totally understand that. But it's our goal, of course, as wine guys, and my goal on this show is to help you try and find some new things, more interesting things that you can try that you'll like. And you know, last week we found a couple of cool wines from Sicily. Hopefully you look those up, search those out, try and find them. I know sometimes that's difficult to do, but you know what you can do is you can write down those wines, and you can go to, if you have a wine shop or a wine person worth their weight, they will look for those things. It's hard to do. It's one of my hardest assignments as a wine guy when a customer walks in and says, can you get this wine? You know, you have to do some research. You have to start looking. But a lot of times I find them and I'm able to get those wines for those people. So don't put your wine person to work. Make them find those wines if you're interested in purchasing them. Well, we're going to go to Austria today. We did Sicily in the last episode. Now we're on episode 239. We're going to Austria. And, you know, Austria is one of those wine areas. It's old world. It's been around a long time. They've been doing a ton of Riesling. They do some great Rieslings. Of course, Gruner Veltliner is one of their hallmark wines. A lot of you out there are trying Gruner Veltliner right now and liking it. You know, especially the one, you know, in the liter bottle with the pop cap. Those are very popular. So a lot of people are doing Gruner Veltliner. So that's kind of exciting that people are reaching out. Kind of like Vinho Verde. You know, people are from Portugal. People are looking for those types of wines. It's exciting times. People are reaching out for new things. One of the things I'm excited about this summer was watching the explosion of rosé. I have never, ever, ever sold this much rosé at my store, and I'm excited about it. I really am. Now we're going to look at a wine from Pannonica White Blend. This is a blend of 40% Gruner Veltliner, 35% Chardonnay, and 25% Pinot Blanc. 2014. Fresh white wine from Austria. It rolls in at $12. Kind of excited to try this. 12 bucks, Austrian white. Let's see what we get. Excited about the new football season, the beginning of the football season. This weekend, the Seahawks play the Rams. I'm excited about that. The Seahawks got Fred Jackson. Crazy. They traded away Christian Michael. I was hoping that he would pan out, but he hasn't for the team. Fred Jackson, a couple veterans in the backfield. Pretty cool. Right away I get white flowers. It's almost like a cross between carnations. You know, I'm not great at flowers. It just smells like white flowers. It's pretty lame, isn't it? I'm not a botanist, okay? I just know that it smells. If you went into a field of white flowers, that's what it'd smell like, with a little bit of touch of carnation coming through. Interesting watermelon rind. I'm getting a little coconut meat, which I find quite intriguing. I'm also getting a little bit of like Fruit Loop lemon lime flavors, aromas coming through. And a lot of melon, of course, a little bit of apple. There's a lot of things going on the nose. I'm kind of excited about that. Kind of makes sense. There's, you know, 3 Gruner Veltliner, Chardonnay, Pinot Blanc. All of those things have different elements in them. And a little bit of minerality. Let's see what we get on the palate. Interesting, I get a lot of melon and ripe apple, and with a little bit of minerality. I'm even getting a little bit of white pepper, which is kind of intriguing for a white wine. Not unusual, just intriguing. I'm even getting a little bit of ripe pear, which I didn't get on the nose, which is kind of interesting. This has ripe fruit, but it still has good acidity. I can get that. I can see where the Chardonnay comes into play. I get that roundness on the palate, but on the finish, it finishes dry. I get the minerality, especially on the finish, like dusty rocks coming through on the finish. Just a touch thin on the finish. Interesting wine. I think a lot of you are going to like it. I think a lot of people will like this wine because it has good balance, good fruit. The minerality is there, not a prominent part. The white pepper is a very interesting point. I'm going to have to go, the finish is very thin on this wine. It's 12 bucks. I'm just not feeling $12 wine. I feel more like an $8 wine. I'm going to go C+. I think it's a good wine. It's above average. It's not exciting. It's a little bit thin on the finish. Good flavors though. I'm going to go C+, B-. I think it hedges into the B- area. But, you know, a little bit boring. Let's move on. Can't win them all. I just can think of a lot of wines. And I'll backpedal here just a little bit. I can find a line of wines for $8 to $10 that fall in the same category, have the right fruit, maybe not the minerality, so I think that's why I go C+, B-. Anyway, $12. All right, now we'll move on to Pannonica 2010 red blend. This is a blend of 40% Blaufränkisch, 35% Zweigelt, excuse me, and 25% Pinot Noir. Interesting. Zweigelt reminds me a lot of Pinot Noir, actually. Blaufränkisch is also referred to as Zweigelt Lemberger. Maybe you're familiar with that, but Blaufränkisch is the correct name. Very interesting. How many of you have tried a Blaufränkisch? How many of you tried a Zweigelt? How many of you tried a Pinot Noir? Well, a lot of you tried a Pinot Noir, of course. Zweigelt is a cross between Blaufränkisch and Saint Laurent, which is also an Austrian wine that gets some attention. Excuse me. Let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, better zoom in on the label. You'd think I was a rookie at this. Pretty cool label. I like the label. The white didn't throw me, but it was good. Nothing wrong with the C+, B-. Just to clear the air here. Let's see what we get on the nose. A lot of bark and wood. A little bit of a vanilla component coming from there that I find interesting. A little mocha. Currants, wood, mocha, vanilla, bark. I say wood and bark. There's a difference, really. Bark has a different sort of odor than, let's say, like a stick of wood. Okay, they're different odors. And of course you know that. We're not talking beauty bark here. Beauty bark has that more pungent wood. This is just like bark and wood. A little bit of a cedar component coming through. Currants. This smells old world. It has that kind of rustic, mineral, you know, earthy nose, for sure. Alright, let's see what we get on the palate. Actually, it's burning my nose, which is kind of weird. I would doubt if this is high in alcohol. Come on, it's got to be right. Come on, guys. Nope. Oop. Oop. Yeah, there it is. 13.5. Alright, let's see what we get on the palate. Wow, interesting wine. I would give this a 10 in the delicious category. I mean, this is a delicious red, like very smooth, very polished, currants and dark cherries, like dark cherry skins, like really ripe dark cherries. I'm getting a little bit of tobacco, but not a lot, just a hair of that. The initial attack is really kind of fruity, but that fruit is balanced out by leather and wood components, like bark components, that kind of keep it in that earthy category. So it's got the fruit, but there's an earthiness on the back end. The earth is not the prominent part of this wine. It's kind of just supporting that fruit, keeping it in check. I get a lot of like red, like really old red flower components coming through on the backside. The cherries are big time. I mean, like big time. Like you, just reminds me of biting in. I love black cherries, and this is like biting into dark cherries with the skin. Just everything about it is delicious. This is a delicious wine with a lot of red flowers. But that being said, there's some minerals on the backside. It's kind of boring in the sense that there's not a lot going on. Front to back, same attack, same wine, boom, boom. Finish is good. I like it. I think a lot of you will like it. This is for those people. And what I like about it, you get some fruity wines like this from the Central Coast of California, sometimes Washington, not too often, but Central Coast of California, that have that fakey character. There's nothing fakey about this wine. It just plain old tastes good, no fakiness, no makeup. It is just what it is. It's kind of simple, but it's okay because it's very good. I'm going to go B- on this wine, straight up B-. It achieves a goal, but it, you know, I'm not going to go above that because it's kind of, you know, it's just there. I like that one guy said it's, you know, I'm not going to say it. But you know, it's like you're going to your favorite burger joint, whatever it is, and you buy the burger that you like because you just want something that tastes good. You don't have to think about it. It's relatively inexpensive, and you just want to eat something good and go back to work. And that's what this wine is. This is a wine where you have company over, you pop it, well, you unscrew it, which is cool too. You unscrew the cap, pour it for everybody. I guarantee you, 85% of the people who try this will like it. They won't have to think about it. It's just a good wine. Not too bad. I mean, you know, nothing super exciting, but decent wines. I like them. Thanks for watching. And remember, wine is not a mystery. It is just fermented grape juice. Drink it, enjoy it. And remember to always be willing to expand your palate horizon, try new things. Try some wines from Austria. $12. You're not busting the budget. You can try them. See what you think. Remember, this is my palate, not yours. But never, ever let anyone tell you what you should or shouldn't like. If you do that, together, we can take the snob out of wine.